Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of Buzz Cooks. Today we're doing ricotta gnocchis. Instead of using the traditional potatoes, we're using ricotta cheese. Just a little twist to it, and I think you're gonna like it. We're gonna start off with about just a little bit over 2 cups of ricotta cheese, about 3 tablespoons of pecorino romano cheese, and 300 grams of bread flour and 1 egg. And we're going to put all that into our KitchenAid mixing bowl. A little bit of flour at a time. I'll start with about half the flour, and then as it mixes, add the rest of the flour. So once we get all that into the bowl, we're going to fire up the KitchenAid mixer. And on setting 1, we're just going to let that run for about 3 to 4 minutes. And you'll see it start to turn into a dough ball, basically. And while that's going on, if I could ask you to please remember to like, subscribe, and share the channel, that would be awesome. I really appreciate it. And once we get to about this point, we'll take it out of our KitchenAid, put a little flour on the counter, and we're going to knead it a little bit by hand. Now, if you don't have a KitchenAid, you're going to have to do the whole thing by hand. You can start in a regular bowl with your hand and mixing. But once we get to this point, we need to work it a little bit, and then we're going to make it into a dough ball and let that rest for about 10 minutes. Then we'll take our bench scraper, and we're going to cut the dough ball in half, and we'll work with 1 half at a time and start making our gnocchi. Remember, you really can't have too much flour on the working area. Keep it from sticking. So we're going to take our rolling pin and we're going to flatten this piece of dough out to about 1/4 inch thick. It doesn't have to be perfectly round like a pizza or anything, because you're going to wind up cutting it and using the pieces that you have to roll out again. It's hard to explain, but you'll see in a video in a second here. So we're going to cut a piece about 1 inch wide, and then we're just going to take our hands and slowly roll it and roll it and roll it until it starts to look like a worm or a small snake. And once you get it about as round as you can get it, then we'll take our bench scraper and we're going to cut those into a little bit less than 1 inch pieces. And that you have your gnocchis right there. Make sure they're coated in flour so they don't stick as they sit on the pan. But you're going to do this with all your dough until you have that tray will be pretty full with pieces of gnocchi. Takes a little bit of time, but it'll be worth it in the end, trust me. Alright, so we've got our tray full of gnocchi. I'm going to pop those in the freezer until it's time to cook. Once it's time to cook, we move them from the freezer, and you're going to put them into some salted boiling water. And as soon as they float to the top, they are done. So you're just going to take them right out with your little strainer, put them on your bowl, or in your bowl. And I like to top mine with a little marinara sauce and a little Parmesan cheese, and serve it. And you have homemade gnocchis made pretty simple. Alright, I hope you enjoy this video. Hope you come back for more. I appreciate you. Thank you.